I've had 7 weekends in a row.
Yeah, you're all
back
over
to
the
back to back to back to back to back, where I am different cities traveling for youth sports. It's expensive. It's exhausting. It is fun. Like when I'm there, I got to go to a Celtics game.
I saw that. Sick.
That was really cool to get to do that. But it's expensive.
Oh, it has to be.
And you know what really sucks is when I'm in one city and I'm paying for a hotel room with one of my daughters or 2 of them, and then my wife is in another city, not home, and she's in a hotel, paying for 2 different hotel rooms in 2 different cities.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that much fun. And waking up for a 7:45 game on a Sunday morning, the day after the clocks spring forward, when you lose an hour of sleep. That was a rough morning, but we had a blast. We had a good time. It's good to be back. I only have 2 more weeks, Minnesota, then Indianapolis. And then I'm kind of through the home stretch. We have a couple more trips, but not that bad. Did you travel any, like when you were playing youth sports or travel sports?
Well, I was playing baseball and I played at a pretty high level. So, yeah, that was pretty much what we did every summer. I was pretty much traveling every
But that's a key. You said summer.
Definitely.
That's usually when I travel.
Yeah, no, I was never
maybe
during
AAU
school?
basketball. Yeah, school.
No,
we leave with my daughter. We're getting emails from the school.
Yeah.
Hey, they're missing too much time. They're missing too many days. I'm like, well, we have these tournaments we're supposed to go to, and we're traveling all over the place. The majority of my travel, which wasn't a whole lot, like my biggest road trip was a 3-hour drive to Orlando. I didn't get on many planes to go to other cities and take on teams from California and Texas or wherever, but it has changed dramatically, the youth sports landscape.
Definitely. Yeah, I did a couple of cool ones, but it was one a year. You'd gear up for it. You'd get pumped. I mean, I think I did Arizona for the PAO World Series once. We did the Georgia tournament a couple times. And then the Hall of Fame was up in New York, so we would go there, and that was like our 3 big ones. And it pretty much everything else local. Couple travel teams, nothing too far.
Coolest trip I ever took in high school that I remembered was an all-star team.
Okay.
We played in Euclid, Ohio.
Okay.
We were the Bronx Bombers because our coach, our manager, a guy named Steve Bort, collected all these players from across the country.
Nice ringers.
You ready for the starting lineup?
Go ahead.
Batting leadoff was Johnny Damon.
Stop lying.
I swear. Batting, I forget who was batting second. Batting third was Todd Helton.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Batting 8th or 9th was Alex Rodriguez, who was our starting shortstop. We were absolutely stacked. There was, I would say, out of the 17 or 18 players that were on the team, more than half of them were drafted, most of them in the first round. But you had multiple dudes
and
like
what
that.
year? How old were you then?
I was 17.
Oh, so you guys kind of knew at that point you guys were going to be cold.
Yeah, like you knew. And the guy basically just went off the Baseball America rankings and just collected all the All-Stars. And his big selling point was, because he had probably done it 4 or 5 years in a row. Okay. Look how much money I've had on my roster from first-round draft picks. Yeah. Alex Rodriguez was the only one who was 16. We were all 17. He was a year younger.
And he was probably the best player.
I don't know.
Really?
Well, he was the best fielder. His glove was absolutely silky smooth, but he was scrawny. He wasn't that big yet. And he could hit, but he couldn't hit for power yet. Right. So, and he was a little bit shy and quiet, but you saw it. Like, he was special. He was projected the top pick, early. Yeah. But Johnny Damon was flying around the bases. Yeah, I remember he was speed.
When he was with Oakland, he first came in, he's a burner, man.
Right.
For sure.
And then Todd Helton, every time he hit the ball, it was hit hard. And he would actually grunt. He'd be like, ugh, like when he hit it. And I remember looking at him like, that dude's going to go somewhere.
You know what I hate about Todd Helton? He always gets the stigma, like the Coors Field stigma. Yeah. He's a great player. For a ton of years, he was really good. And they always attributed to him playing for the Rockies. I always thought he was awesome.
He was incredible. He was a great player. And then what was pretty cool was, did you know he played football in Tennessee? So I remember he actually got to play before I did. And I was more of the football guy, and he was a 2-sport guy as well, but he wasn't as much of the quarterback prospect. And he was out there playing for the Tennessee Vols before I was, and it was pretty cool to see some of these other guys. One of the coolest things about it in Johnny Damon's book, I think it's called Idiots. I think that's the name of his book.
It is, something like that.
There's a picture of our team. He actually referenced the team. I see Johnny Damon every once in a while. I saw him in December at an event.
Seems like dude.
He's awesome. And you talk about a fun guy. He likes to have a good time.
Well, he was in New York with Swisher and those boys. Oh, so they were doing craziness. It was just craziness over there. Yeah. I got to before we just move into everything real, I'm thinking, because you said we're playing 16, 17 with A-Rod. Did you realize that in 18 months, he'd have 30 homers in the bigs?
Oh, yeah.
Because at 18, he was raking in Major League Baseball.
No.
That's crazy.
We'll just say he hit puberty late, or he figured it out. We'll just go with that theory as to why he wasn't raking and hitting bombs. He was hitting good, but he wasn't hitting the bombs that he was.
Hard worker, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was a nonstop baseball. Just wanted to talk it. It was awesome. Ton of fun. Little walk down memory lane.